I got an email the other day from a woman who said, I'm 41 and I'm not seeing results from my HRT provider. It's been 3 months and there's no change. I wish I could say that this is rare, but it's not. This is something I hear all the time from women who are working with a hormone provider and taking HRT, but they're still dealing with symptoms like fatigue, anxiety, mood swings, poor sleep, crazy periods, and or weight gain. And sometimes they even feel worse after starting HRT. So today I want to share why HRT alone won't fix your perimenopause symptoms, why that doesn't mean that your body is broken or resistant to hormones, and what actually needs to be in place for hormone therapy to work the way that it's supposed to. Now, before I go on, I want to clarify, in case you've never listened to another episode of Perimenopause Simplified, that when I speak about hormone therapy or HRT, I'm referring to bioidentical hormones that are identical to the hormones that your body makes, not the synthetic forms that many providers prescribe. And you can get bioidentical hormones that are FDA approved and found in standard pharmacies like CVS or Walgreens, or you can get compounded bioidentical hormones from a compounding pharmacy. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, when women think about hormone therapy, it is easy to assume that adding back what your body is losing will automatically make you feel better. But hormones don't work like a magic switch. It's more of a delicate dance between estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone and other hormones, and how your body uses and metabolizes them. Some women do feel better when they start HRT. I personally did, but for many women, it can take a few months or longer to find the right dose, the right type of HRT, timing, and more. And even just using a different brand of an estradiol patch, for example, can make a big difference in how you feel. There are so many factors to consider. And it will change over time as you get closer to menopause, or if you've had a stressful event in your life. Maybe you experienced a death in the family, divorce, job loss. Maybe you've moved or had a big surgery. When your body experiences more stress, you're going to require a higher level or higher amount of hormones. And hormones themselves are not the full picture. If your liver is congested, your minerals are depleted, your gut is inflamed, your diet isn't optimized, and you've got a lot of stress in your life and don't know how to support your nervous system, your body can't properly use the hormones that you're giving it. And this is where it gets really frustrating for a lot of women, because not all providers are trained in the nuances of perimenopause. Just because somebody can prescribe doesn't mean that they are hormone literate and know how to troubleshoot when needed. I know this for a fact because we've had many clients who really love their providers, whether it's their PCP or OBGYN, who they've been going to for years. So they will often try to convince them to write a script for HRT, but they'll either give them synthetic hormones because they don't have the proper education, or they prescribe bioidentical hormones, but they don't really understand dosing, the different types, or how to troubleshoot when a woman doesn't feel quite right. And some may start you on super low doses, and then if you don't feel better, they may say HRT doesn't work for you. Or others may put you on estrogen alone, but forget progesterone. Side note, even if you've had a hysterectomy and don't have a uterus, you could absolutely benefit from progesterone. You have receptors all over your body, and progesterone's benefits go way beyond just protecting your uterus. Lastly, many providers don't look at the full picture, like your thyroid, your blood sugar, cardiovascular, or inflammatory markers. In the perimenopause method, Tanya and I have had women come to us with all the typical symptoms of perimenopause: insomnia, rage, mood swings, anxiety, weight gain, and their provider never even asks about their stress levels, nutrient status, or gut health. I can't tell you how many women don't poop every day. This cannot be overlooked. Hormones must be properly eliminated from the body, or they'll start to recirculate, and that's when you end up with symptoms. We help you look at the full picture, your labs, your minerals, your symptoms, your digestive function, your current HRT regimen if you've started one. And we work with you to optimize everything, not just throw hormones or supplements at your symptoms. If you'd like that kind of support, check out the link in the show notes and apply to work with us. Look, while HRT can be very helpful, even life-changing for some women, it has to be done in the context of a full body holistic approach. And this is the piece that so many women are missing. Your hormones operate in a larger ecosystem, if you will. And that ecosystem includes minerals, nutrients, blood sugar stability, your nervous system, digestion, detox pathways, thyroid function, all of it. And another thing that many don't realize is that when you add in hormones, especially estrogen, this can impact your thyroid function. So you really do need to monitor those levels as well. And so many providers aren't even ordering a full thyroid panel. So if you add in hormones before addressing a lot of these foundations, your body may not respond well. And another piece that often gets overlooked is this. Because there's so much misinformation and fear around hormones, whether it's coming from an ill-informed doctor who hasn't stayed current on the research, or some random person trying to sell you supplements and saying that you don't need hormones online, or some women in free Facebook groups who have shared their experience without all the context that's needed, a lot of women are afraid to start HRT. And when they finally do, they often don't feel better. Sometimes they even feel worse, and I've seen this firsthand. Here's the thing. Your mind and body are not separate. Your nervous system and the thoughts that you entertain matter. That's one reason that we run mineral testing with every client. We frequently see women who are severely depleted in key nutrients like magnesium, potassium, or boron, all essential for hormone metabolism as well as calming your nervous system. Things like meditation, journaling, grounding, while those are all wonderful, and I've talked about them all, they are often not enough in this phase of life. Most of us are in constant fight or flight mode. The world is stressful. And that is all before you even add everything that is expected of you as a woman, as a partner, maybe a mother, or just a high achieving woman with a business or career. So part of our work in midlife isn't just about tweaking hormones. It's about learning how to regulate your nervous system, reduce what's draining you, and protect your peace. Personally, I set boundaries left and right. I minimize what I consume, from news to social media to other people's energy. And I pay very close attention to how I feel around certain people. Because if your body is already struggling to find balance, the last thing you need is more noise and more stress. That doesn't mean that you cut a bunch of people out of your life and live in isolation, though you may want to do this sometimes. But you can certainly minimize your time and communicate more effectively with people who perhaps disrespect you or your boundaries. So if you've started HRT and you're not feeling better, or you're afraid to even start because of the horror stories that you've seen online, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. The truth is, most providers do not take the time to look at the full picture. Many don't run deeper labs, they don't address your stress, and they don't explain how perimenopause affects your entire body and life. This really is a time of transformation and really assessing everything in your life. So if you like this episode, you will love my brand new free mini training, Why You're Exhausted, Moody, and Inflamed, and Why It's Not Just Your Hormones. If you're tired of fatigue, mood swings, anxiety, bloating, weight gain, and sleepless nights, this free training breaks down what's really going on and how to fix it. Get instant access after you sign up via the link that's in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening, my friend, and I will see you next week. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only. I am not, nor do I act as a doctor or any other medical professional. I am not providing healthcare, medical services, or attempting to diagnose, treat, prevent, or cure any physical, mental, or emotional disease or condition. The information shared is not intended to be a substitute for the professional medical advice provided by your own medical or mental health provider.